for him to prepare for what I'm going to bring to the table, and I'm just too sharp, too clean, punch way too hard, power in both hands.
And I just shut the curtains because I was like nervous type stuff, but now it's like I embrace it because I always dreamed of this. That's why I don't never shy away from it. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? To show out, so.
The 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
In their heated face-to-face interview, Jake Paul confidently talks about how much he's grown as a boxer and how he plans to beat Gervonta Davis in a tough fight. He says his long experience in sports has prepared him for this moment, and he's ready to take on the challenge without fear. Gervonta Davis, just as confident, replies that he has everything it takes to win: power, skill, and experience, which he believes make him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing today.
I know what I've learned in the past year with my new coaches, the shape I'm in, the power I possess, and I'm just...
Gervonta Davis has everything a top boxer needs. He's powerful with both hands, has great timing to land punches at the right moment, and moves with quick, controlled footwork. His strong defense and sharp instincts help him predict his opponent's moves before they happen. With these skills, Davis knows he's more than just a hard hitter. He believes he has what it takes to compete at the top level and keep proving he's one of the best fighters in the world.
His training is taking a toll, but the cure is just as bitter as what ails him.
How long I do it? 5 minutes?
5 will be good enough for you.
They definitely went to the kid store and get it.
That water ain't cold. We know that.
I know, but...
Get in the water, man. Just get in the water.
You can't sit on the edge.
Man, just get in there, man.
Go. No, give me the top.
The upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank. Davis has stirred a lot of debate in the boxing world. It's a matchup of opposites. Jake brings size, weight, and strength, while Davis brings speed, skill, experience, and knockout accuracy built over years at the top level. It's like two different styles of boxing colliding. Experts have pointed out that Jake's weight advantage could be a big factor, giving him more power, durability, and strength in close exchanges. However, that edge only matters if he can use it wisely. While Jake may be bigger, Davis has nearly every other key advantage. His movement, timing, and explosive punches come from a lifetime of training and fighting.
He spars people that are much heavier than him. And, that uppercut, damn.
Well, who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta because for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old. Yeah. I think he makes up for the weight situation.
Okay, so this is the first time that Jake Paul's fighting an actual boxing champion, an active, young boxing champion. Everyone else he's fought was either way older or like, was it Tommy Fury, I think?
Yeah, it was a legitimate boxer.
A legitimate boxer, but not a champion.
Right.
He's fighting a champion, although a very little champion compared to him. So this is sort of a, I don't know, man, like.
If it wasn't Gervonta Davis, it was somebody else in that weight category.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm happy that Jake is bringing excitement to the sport and so forth, but you just have these, like, people fighting bears and, you know, there might be a boxing match with a weapon involved of some sort, like people have sticks. Like, I feel it's just getting more and more ridiculous. And really outside of Crawford-Canelo, there's really very little excitement over pure.
Experts point out that Jake Paul has never faced a fighter as skilled and experienced as Gervonta Davis. Davis has gone up against world champions, undefeated rising stars, and powerful knockout punchers, and he's beaten them all, even those with longer reach than Jake. That's why many believe this is the toughest challenge of Jake's career. Even Jake admits it. In interviews, he's said that Davis is on another level and that this fight demands his full focus and major improvement in his skills. By acknowledging that, Jake shows he understands the risk he's taking and knows he can't treat this fight like any of his past ones.
This fight, he's undefeated, highly skilled, most experienced fighter I've fought, top 5 pound for pound. So I have to have the best version of myself. I know how fast he is, I know how strong he is. I believe I'm stronger, more athletic, and that's my advantage going into the fight. But he pretty much has every other advantage. So I'm locked in, fully focused, feeling amazing already, and just going to put on a performance and have the biggest fight of 2025.
Last one, I've seen some people say, oh, Jake, the goal here is just to survive. Knowing you, that's not the case. You're not going in there just to get through 12 rounds with Tank Davis. I would imagine you're going in there to win this fight.
Oh, absolutely. Tank's going to be the one surviving. I'm going to, upset a lot of people. And again, they're going to have to say that there's some crazy excuse, fights are rigged. They can't use the steroid excuse because we have full-on random drug testing at any time. They could literally knock on my door right now. So they can't use that excuse. And obviously I'm suing people who say that the fights are rigged. Piers Morgan already had to retract his statement and kiss the ring. More lawsuits are coming for these people who are lying on my name because it's just simply not true. And we're willing to prove that in court. But I'm actually flattered that the only thing that people can chalk up these wins to is that the fights are rigged, because it's honestly the greatest compliment. But again, I'm going to knock this guy out and probably create one of the most viral.
Public reaction to this fight has been a mix of confusion and curiosity. Some fans believe it's not the matchup boxing needs right now, saying there are plenty of other talented fighters who deserve a shot at Davis. Still, people can't seem to look away. Jake Paul's fame and entertainment factor have made the fight too intriguing to ignore. Many observers say that while this bout might not settle any major debates about boxing skill or rankings, it will definitely capture huge attention and keep people talking long after it's over.
Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself, and that sort of made sense. And it was a good win for Jake Paul. He come out there and he beats an ex-world champion. He gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be okay, all right, former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers. They're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So. Yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also, I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think, how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because of the money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound-for-pound star. Very heavy-handed as well. He should have the movement, forget the size, to be able to slip inside and take Jake Paul out. That's the reality of it. But yeah, I just find it all very, very strange. Look, I thought an even stranger fight, to be honest, was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. You look at that fight and go, who's going to sanction that? God forbid something happens to Jake. I think that what he's doing for the sport is brilliant in his own right. He's bringing new fans into the sport. He's doing excellent for women's boxing as well. You can't take that away from the kid, and he's been working hard as well, and he's improving. But going in against Anthony Joshua, a former two-time world heavyweight champion and still an active fighter, that's a suicide mission for me. I think that Anthony Joshua, when you look at Francis Ngannou and look at what AJ does to Francis Ngannou, who would win out of Anthony Joshua?
Big Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80.
Respected boxing expert Teddy Atlas has also shared his thoughts, praising Gervonta "Tank" Davis for being one of the most complete fighters in the sport today. Atlas explained that Davis is dangerous because he does everything well. His accuracy is sharp, his punches have real purpose, and he can adapt to any opponent's style. He pointed out that this kind of experience is something Jake Paul hasn't developed yet. According to Atlas, the excitement about Jake's size advantage will fade once the fight starts, because skill and experience usually outweigh size when the gap is that big. Davis has faced all kinds of fighters: aggressive brawlers, long-range boxers, counterpunchers, and heavy hitters, and he's found a way to beat them all.
Yeah, he's smaller, but he's a top fighter. He can punch, and he's fighting a guy who's not a top pro fighter, who's bigger. What if he hits him on the chin? It'll wind up selling. And that's what'll wind up selling it. The what if. What if Tank makes him do a cha-cha? He hits him on the chin, and Jake Paul, we're gonna find out if he can dance. Whoa. Do the cha-cha. That's what's gonna sell it. And you can't argue that what if. You can't. I know I get to places that other people won't go and everything else. They just dismiss stuff because it's easier to do that. It's safer to do that. You don't have to bows and arrows coming at you from people that argue with you because you did that. But I don't care. I've had bows and arrows my whole life. I don't care. But that's true. That what if? What if this guy who is a real good puncher, who is one of the best fighters in the world right now, what if he hits him? What if he makes a miss and he counters him? Or he jumps up in the air, bang! And he hits him. Sid Terrace was a great fighter. No, not the 1700s, but years ago. And Cus D'Amato told me he loved Sid Terrace. He said, Teddy, he used to jump up in the air and hit you with 3 jabs. I said, whoa, man, Sid Terrace. All right, anyway, look, I can't finish without saying that it did invoke some memories and thoughts that we've been here before in a different way, where Jake Paul's brother fought Mayweather. That's not forget. And I'm not saying I like that either. I mean, first of all, Mayweather was past his prime. He was already retired. He was older, everything, but he's still the great Mayweather. And Mayweather was fighting a guy, what was it, 50-pound difference, 60-pound difference, whatever it was. And that size made a difference. It allowed Jake Paul's brother to be in there and be able to last with a smaller man, a smaller, older, greater fighter who mostly was concentrating on defense more than just offense. So, yeah, it's kind of like we've seen this already in that version of it, and we didn't really like it. I don't think I liked it that much.
Former opponent Rolando Raleigh Romero also praised Gervonta Tank Davis, saying that Tank has already achieved more than many fighters do in their whole careers. Romero noted that Davis has proven he can hurt and defeat bigger, stronger opponents, which shows that moving up in weight is nothing new for him. He's already shown he can overcome size disadvantages with his power and skill. Romero believes Tank is still one of the best fighters in the world and has what it takes to win, even when people underestimate him.
Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or as an exhibition, we don't know if they go at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think it impacts, will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him or even knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
You know, some people trying to give, that's fair, some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying he should have took a fight with Lamont Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think this is business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that he ducked Roach?
I mean, there's still other options, you know? It's bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them. It's the same way Roach feels Tank is the best option for him. Same way that Stevenson thinks Tank's the best option for him, or all that stuff, right? At the end of it, bro, we just want to do what's best for ourselves, right?
Facts.
Right or wrong?
Facts.
So just do what's best for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, me personally, it don't matter what my opinion is, but I don't think get the money while you can get the money is my opinion. But you know, some fans are gonna have a hard time.
No, it's not even about the money though, man. It's regardless of anything, yeah, get the money when you can get the money, but it's not even about the money. There's so much more to this sport in this world than just money, man. It's just do whatever you.
Get ready for one of the most talked about fights in boxing. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It's a clash of power, speed, and mindset that has the whole world watching. Jake steps into the biggest challenge of his career, while Tank looks to prove why he's one of the sport's best and possibly close his career on top. Every punch will matter, every round will tell a story. Don't miss this moment where entertainment meets true boxing skill. Tune in, witness history in the making, and see who rises when size meets experience. This is Fight Night Redefined.